When you think Industrial Revolution, you probably picture old history books, right? Steam engines, smoky factories. Well, what if I told you another one is happening right now? Only this one isn't powered by steam. It's powered by AI and data, and it's creating something entirely new, the smart factory.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about some sci fi movie set in the distant future. This is real, and it's happening as we speak. It's a quiet revolution, but it's completely transforming how we make things, and it's changing the very nature of work itself.
So, all this new tech, it's amazing, right? But it also brings up a really big question, a really important one. As we design these incredibly smart systems, what's the end goal? Are we trying to build a better future for people? Or are we just building better machines? That's really the heart of what we're going to unpack today.
All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty. To really get a handle on where we're headed, we've got to understand where we are right now. And that's the era of Industry 4.0. It's all about the promise of a factory that's fully connected and, well, intelligent.
So, what is this Industry 4.0 thing, anyway? At its core, it's about building factories where all the machines have sensors and are all talking to each other, connected to one big system. But here's the key difference. Old school automation is programming a machine to do one task over and over. Autonomous intelligence is a machine deciding for itself which task to do and how to do it. It's a huge leap. To really let that sink in, think about this. A modern car has something like 40,000 different parts. 40,000. And here's the crazy part. If just one of those tiny parts has a defect you can't even see, the whole multi-million-dollar production line can just grind to a halt. The complexity is just mind-boggling. And this is where AI just shines. Let's take a super simple example, the lug nut test. A camera snaps a picture of a wheel on the assembly line. That picture gets sent to an AI inference engine. That's just a fancy way of saying it's the part of the AI that's been trained to make a call. It's seen millions of pictures of perfect wheels, so it knows exactly what a missing or damaged lug nut looks like. It can spot a problem in a split second that a human might totally miss after staring at wheels for 8 hours. And boom, it automatically creates a ticket to get it fixed. That right there is Industry 4.0 in a nutshell. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? All that incredible efficiency, all that precision, it doesn't come for free. This constant push for pure automation has a very real and often invisible human cost. Which brings us to, honestly, the biggest question in all of this. In a factory that's getting smarter by the second, what happens to us? Where do people fit into this new world when the machines can do so much on their own? And the challenge is, well, they're not just technical glitches we need to fix. They're deeply human. You can kind of group them into 4 big buckets. You've got social issues, like jobs and surveillance. You have economic ones, like the massive cost to upgrade and the risk of inequality. Then there are huge organizational and even political questions about data and who controls it. It's all tangled together. You can't just solve one without affecting the others. Let's just dig into the social and economic side for a sec, because this is where it gets real. One widely cited study estimated that almost half, let that sink in, 47% of all jobs in the US could be at high risk from automation. And for the people who do keep their jobs, well, there are new worries about privacy and surveillance, since these connected factories can monitor just about everything. The big fear here is that we're creating a world with a bigger and bigger gap between the high-skilled workers who manage these systems and everyone else. So, facing these challenges, especially around privacy, who wants all their company secrets sitting on some server somewhere? People started asking, isn't there a better way? Can we get all the benefits of AI without the risks? And the answer is pretty brilliant. It's called federated learning. Federated learning basically flips the whole idea on its head. See, instead of you sending all your private, sensitive data to the AI, you bring the AI to your data. It sounds like a simple switch, but that one change makes all the difference for privacy. And you can really see the difference here. The old way, the centralized model on the left, that's you sending all your valuable data, your trade secrets, everything, up to the cloud. It's like putting all your eggs in one giant hackable basket. But with federated learning on the right, your data never leaves your building. Nope, it stays right where it is on your own systems. Each factory trains a local AI model, and then only the learnings, the mathematical updates, not the actual data, get sent back to the main server to make the whole system smarter. This diagram shows you exactly how it works. See those individual clients? Imagine each one is a different factory.
They each train their own little AI model on their own private data. Then, the only thing they send back to the main server are the lessons they've learned. The server combines all those lessons into one super smart global model that everyone gets to use. It's like teamwork, but for AI, and without anyone having to share their notes. And this focus on solving human problems like privacy, it's not just a clever tech solution. It's a sign of a much bigger shift in how we're thinking about all of this. It's the move away from the pure, cold efficiency of Industry 4.0 and towards something new, something that puts people back in the driver's seat. Welcome to Industry 5.0.
So, if Industry 4.0 was all about asking, what can the machines do for us? Industry 5.0 asks, what can humans and machines do together? See the shift? It's not about just automating everything anymore. It's about collaboration. It's about taking the speed and precision of a machine and pairing it with that uniquely human spark, our creativity, our ability to solve weird, new problems.
And this new way of thinking really stands on three big pillars. First, it's got to be human-centric. That means we're thinking about the workers' well-being, not just the production numbers. Second, it has to be sustainable. We're talking about a cleaner, greener industry. And third, it needs to be resilient. Building systems that don't shatter the first time there's a global crisis. We've all seen how important that is lately.
This quote here just nails it. The future isn't about us versus the machines. It's a partnership. It's about using technology to make us better at what we do, to free us up from the boring stuff so we can focus on the work that really matters, the stuff that requires ingenuity. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. As these machines get more and more capable, they're going to be able to do almost anything we can dream up. So we have to ask ourselves constantly, what's the one thing, the one human skill, be it creativity or empathy or judgment, that we should choose to never, ever automate? Because how we answer that question, that's probably going to define the future of work for all of us.